I just want to start with a quick overview about the duality of every number in numerology. In numerology, each number has a front and a back, a positive and a negative side. A numerologist will usually focus on the positive aspects of numbers involved. However, it's also important to keep an eye on the negative influences, especially when the chart is clearly off balance. And this is pretty evident in Donald Trump's numerology chart, which is both unbalanced and extreme. Trump's core numbers consist of two fives, two sevens, and a 4. In addition, he has several hidden sevens in his full name at birth. Let's start with the 7. The positive attributes of the 7 being a seeker of truth and high moral values, a perfectionist, spiritually inclined, introspective, analytical, and thoroughly intellectual. His negative side is the exact opposite: inarticulate, cynical, sloppy, superficial, lacking the willingness or ability for self-examination, and intellectually lazy. The two fives among Trump's core numbers are particularly troubling. The 5 is a difficult to control, chaotic, undisciplined number. On the positive side, in a normal balanced chart, it is flexible, adaptable, quick-witted, freedom-loving, and tolerant. But in an off-balanced chart, such as Trump's, it is likely to serve up little of the positive and plenty of the negative aspects, such as inflexible, slow-witted, arrogant, overbearing, selfish, thin-skinned, and intolerant. However, the culprit largely responsible for Trump's DNA, skewed heavily towards negative tendencies, is his 4-life path. A 4-life path viewed by itself is just fine. In fact, it usually points to a solid, grounded, morally stable, loyal, honest, and reliable person. The problem enters when we group this honorable even number with 4 negatively expressed odd numbers. The negative nature of the 4 is dishonest, corrupt, cruel, greedy, pompous, bullying, and cold. Now let's look at the cycles affecting Trump over the next 2 years. From the middle of 2014 until the middle of 2019, Trump's essence number was 19 reduced to 1. He won the presidency during a 2-personal year and was sworn into office during a 3-year. His transits are D, H, and P, which remained the same until 2019. The 19 is a karmic death number that speaks to a lack of support, a loner's number. There is little doubt that despite the fact that he is surrounded by others almost 24/7, he is likely a very lonely man. This karmic death number, such as the people who support him do so for their own benefit, love, loyalty, and friendship are lacking. However, the 1 is also the strongest, most ambitious, and most driven of all numbers, which tells us the man will not back down, confronting anyone and anything that gets in his way. The combination of a standalone, unprincipled, ego-driven loner surrounded by self-aggrandizing bureaucrats is a recipe for disaster, because inevitably he will break. Trump is called out daily for his excessive lying and the inability to express himself intelligibly, all negative aspects of the 3. His transits provide further details. Trump's D transit tells us he is physically strong, his H suggests he is mentally focused on financial gain more than anything else, and his P transit suggests a lack of spirituality or devotion to anything other than himself, giving him an inflated sense of self-worth. In 2019, Trump's physical transit changed to O, which doesn't bode well for his health, stamina, or emotional stability. Numerology forecasts Trump being elected as president in 2020, and it also does not foresee him being impeached. But the future is still forming, and there are many timelines that could become a reality. Numerology also forecasts Trump being elected as president in 2020, and it does not foresee him being impeached. But the future is still forming, and there are many timelines that could become a reality. Trump's 2020 numerology for the year is number 6, which could mean a blissful year or a troubled year for him. It's about responsibility for him and the crisis he faces for impeachment. If fate and the Democrats manage to impeach him, watch out for the stock market to tumble. It will cause major disruptions and panic. His birth date, that sums up to 22 in numerology. 22 is a master number. It is a power number and can bring extreme ups or downs. When you experience a 22 personal year, understand that you are working with the foundational energies related to the number 4. So he'll need a lot of patience and ability to play well with others. And also, he'll be called upon to step up his enterprises and expand, taking a risk and thinking bigger.